Hello everybody and welcome to our Christmas Eve special. Vega Squadron taking on Yellow Submarine. We even got kind of Christmassy overlays going on. I love it. It's the BTS series Europe. It may say America on this overlay. Ignore it. We've got some internal problems happening here at BTS. We can't get our overlays straight. But we can get our Dota straight. We've got Vega Squadron taking on Yellow Submarine in a best of 3 here for you guys, and hope you guys can enjoy this one. We have got hopefully 3 games, possibly at least 2 games. Vega Squadron, of course, favorites coming into this one, taking on Yellow Submarines, who's sporting a slightly different roster to one they're known for in the past. I'm not sure how long they've been playing with this roster, but PSM, the captain, had a small little stint on Navi, is back with Yellow Submarines, but he's playing with the former Hellraisers players in YeS, as well as GoDz. I believe it's actually GoDz who's drafting for the team. So GoDz, who was the Hellraisers captain and drafter as well. So we'll see how this kind of pans out here. Vega Squadron on the dire side. They actually had first pick here, and no surprises. Invoker snagged up right away. This seems to be one of the popular heroes of the new patch, perhaps. But we'll get things underway throughout our draft here. We see bans onto some of the newer heroes, with Oracle taken out in the first ban stage. Wisp, Bane, and Doom also removed from the pool. And second stage we have AA, Ember, Beastmaster banned so far. AA banned down after the Chen pick. Here we go. Something a bit different. Chen picked up by Vega early on in the draft. Hero that received a number of buffs in the 6.86 patch, and excited to see how it comes into play. I'm also interested to see if some of the other new heroes that weren't at WCA will get picked up at all. 5 new heroes have been added back into CM mode. God, I won't even be able to remember them all, but heroes like Death Prophet, Winter Wyvern that were temporarily removed after some of their abilities got tweaked, are now back into CM. So we'll see if any of those make an appearance or not here in this series. Void, another hero that got some tweaks, got some, I guess you could say, love. He was kind of turned more into a team fighter, perhaps, rather than a carry, although kind of was in that offlane role that we saw for a while, like with players like Universal playing him. So we'll see exactly what's going to be coming out here. It is going to be third pick going Yellow Submarine's way. They've gone for a Venge Razor duo. Venge, fairly versatile, and he can be played as a carry or in the support role, and always kind of a pseudo block pick, I feel, when you're worried about a team on the dire side taking it because of how good it is for securing Roche for yourself. So we'll see. Not the most exciting heroes at the time, but I'm sure Yellow Submarine hopefully have some typical CIS aggression coming out as Gyrocopter is picked up. There we go. That's more like it. I imagine it will be Artez on the carry role playing the Gyrocopter if he's still playing the same role that he used to play. Scandal, a player known for playing the mid lane, so likely see him on the Razor, and then PSM support. I'm not sure about GoDz. In the past, he's played the off lane when he played with Hellraisers, so we'll have to see if that's still going to be the case and remain consistent here as they take on Vega Squadron. I'm really curious to see Vega, who's actually going to be handling the Chen. It's a new hero to see kind of in their hands, and something always fun for me to watch. One of my favorite heroes to watch. And I mean, it was actually the first hero I learned to play in Dota 2, because I came from Warcraft 3 Melee. I was just like, man, what's this Dota game? It's for noobs. In Warcraft, you control 3 heroes with 4 abilities and a small army. In Dota, you control 1 hero with 4 abilities. What the hell is this? I don't want to play Dota. I was like, this is a game for noobs. Just because obviously Warcraft, you're basically controlling 3 Dota heroes at once while controlling your army. Obviously Dota, there's so much more that goes into it than just the micro aspect. So once I figured out what Dota was about, I was like, oh, this game's a lot harder than I thought. But I wanted to play the micro characters, so I learned Chen first because I actually got to control creeps as well as the hero, and this hero still holds a very special place in my heart because of that. So we'll see which Vega player, whether it'll be Sion the captain on that, or possibly solo. But they're going all out push. Invoker, Chen, Shaman, Lycan. Where's your AoE? Where's your wave clear, Yellow Submarine? They've got Plasma Field right now. Wave of Terror, not really going to cut it. Cooldown's there as well. Flak, well, Gyrocopter's going to be able to get in and fight, which is very hard to do against all the summons here. We're talking Serpent Wards, Chen Creeps, Invoker with possible Forward Spirits, Lycan. This is going to be a lot of push. They're going to have Roshan Aegises under their control, and Yellow Submarines have got to get some wave clear to deal with this one. Possibly the other. Okay, so you got kind of. Okay, let's talk like actually legitimate ways to kind of deal with a push like this. You got to have tons of wave clear and be able to just clear out all the summons and creep waves when they come to push from a safe distance, which Razor can do with Plasma Field. Heroes like Wind Ranger can do with Power Shot, but The rest of the draft, not so great. Other options is dominating like the early game laning stages, because pushing drafts normally come online once they get their levels, around like the 10 to 20 minute stages normally when you see towers drop. So if you can crush the lanes and win like 2 out of the 3 lanes really heavily, ideally even try and win all 3 lanes, then you're looking good. And that's probably more the approach Yellow Submarine wanted to take with the picks they've already got. They've got Gyrocopter, one of the best lane dominators, Razor, similar thing, and Dazzle Venge, also good for that. They pick up a Bat last, which is pretty strong in the laning stage as well. So it feels like that is more the angle they're going to take. And Bat is actually pretty good against push drafts, because you can snag somebody as your opponents are coming for that high ground siege. You pull them away from the team, someone like a Shadow Shaman before he drops Serpent Wards, blow him up, and with a cooldown Gyrocopter to back up the Bat Rider, this is a pretty good option. The Bat Rider blink timing should come around when the push really begins, so I think Yellow Submarine have ways to stop the push. They're just going to have to play this one very well. For Vega, when you go for these kind of cheesy push strats, you've got a lot of room for error. You mess up one push, well, you wait for your respawns, you go again. You just keep on going. As long as you're doing some damage to a tower, you're making ground. You're taking a tower here or there. You're slowly getting closer and closer to ending the game. If your opponents are just getting the kills but not actually taking your objectives, then you can still fail a push or two until you feed away too many lives or lose too many team fights and your opponents get a huge item advantage over you. So, I mean, I say it's somewhat forgiving. It's not entirely like you can feed away life after life, but it is generally like, basically you look at Yellow Submarines, if they lose a team fight, they lose multiple towers instantly. They could just lose a Rax. If 15 minutes in, they lose a team fight, Rax is gone. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens as Vega Squadron's last pick here. Brood was banned out. Probably going to see an offlaner picked up as the hero for... There we go. Centaur. All right. A classic. A Mag classic. Mag is the Centaur. And that's something you kind of want to fit in, is having some protection against... I was about to say, I was drawing blanks as to like, who's the Vega offlaner? They're using these different names. Obviously, we're not on a ticket here. The players, some of them tagged up as their right names, others not. The problem is mostly that the players have their official nicknames set correctly, but unless it's on a ticket, it doesn't really get done properly. So hopefully, that will have a ticket soon for the BTS series. We have, I think, submitted one to Valve, so it should be happening sometime in the near future. But it is Christmas time, who knows? But Valve are releasing patches, so you never know. As we'll see how Vega do. But yeah, this will give them some catch of their own, because otherwise they'd need to farm up something like a Blink on Shadow Shaman. If you go Quaz Wex Invoker, you have some catch coming out of like a Tornado and Cold Snap. But if they are going all in on the push, it may be an Exalt Invoker. You could still see a Quaz Wex Invoker with a push strat. Like Chen Shaman Lycan give you enough control, give you enough push, on their own, that maybe the Invoker wants to go for more of the control route. So we'll see. Let me just quickly update some of my settings, as they have not been fine-tuned for you viewers at home. We got my smooth drag. I don't even know what stuff I want to use. Okay, we got smooth drag. Yeah, we got everything we need. There we go. There we go. That's a bit smoother. All right. So we should be good. Do the mini map, hero, size. Let's go. I think 850 is pretty good. Yeah, I like 850. We can do that. So yeah, last pick Centaur gives them a bit more well-rounded of a draft. Throw in some initiation. The Stampede's there to kind of help out. If someone, I guess when you're lassoed, the Stampede won't help you theoretically, but it does give you, like, the rest of your team can run in a lot faster. So I guess that's nice. So all right, we'll see how things pan out here. Quick pause coming out from Vega. It says 2 to 3 minutes. Sioma, please. I had actually, when I was at Game Show in Moscow, I had some guy telling me how to pronounce his name, because apparently I wasn't saying Sima, but I was still butchering the name. I think because I was saying like Sioma when it's bloody hell, I can't even remember which way it is. But there was like 2 different. They were very similar, but however I was saying it was slightly wrong. So a nice fan at Game Show in Moscow at the LAN there corrected me and said, "This is how you say it, buddy." And I'm like, damn, I'm surprised for one thing. Like he obviously he didn't speak great English, but he watched the BTS streams for one thing. So shout out to that guy who, despite not having the best English, took the time to try and watch on the BTS channel and watch my cast. But he was like, "Look, this is how you got to pronounce his name. Doing this for your own good." And then I've already slightly forgotten it. So Sioma, I don't know. Someone's got to slightly correct it, but we'll see. Here we go. So Vega going to be running solo on the Chen. It's going to be Sioma on the Shadow Shaman, Pasha playing the Lycan, Yolo Baggins, Mag on the Centaur, and that will leave the mid-hero Invoker for no one. And looks like he'll be going up against Scandal. So I mentioned Scandal, known for his mid-play, used to play on Power Rangers for a while. I think he even had a stint on Team Empire. He's going to be playing the mid lane. We've got Nicoril. Not familiar at all with this player. Maybe known under different names. We'll see if we can do any snooping around. Nicoril looks like that's the only name he's known for. I'm not entirely sure what teams he's played on in the past. As we'll also have Artez, the former Hellraisers carry, playing the Gyrocopter. That's Gorietz, former Hellraisers captain, playing the support Venge, and that puts PSM onto the Dazzle. I kind of want to I want to say Na'Vi, former captain, and he had a very small stint on Na'Vi, but really this guy's known for what he did with Yellow Submarines. He got them into the TI qualifiers. They went through the open qualifiers and did really well in the main qualifiers for TI5. So PSM was very much the captain of one of the dark horses of those European qualifiers, and it was really kind of fun to see. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Here we go. We're going to get things underway here. As double smoke picked up. Dazzle and Shadow Shaman. TP coming early. That's just going to be for an early ward. Boots as well on the Centaur Warrunner. And we'll see the 5-man train come out from YeS. That's the plan coming out from the submarines. They're going to go for a smoke. Interesting, interesting. Are they expecting a level 1 Roshan with a draft like this? Probably not. Can't really Roche with this draft at level 1. Invoker offering very low. I get a Cold Snap, I guess, if you can break the Lincolns on Roche, but no, they're going to swing through the mid lane. Don't get too close to that tower. Going to go right up the hill. Venge leading the way. So Magic Missile into Rocket Barrage with some slows out of the Sticky Napalm. That's the plan. You've got to make sure Venge gets the catch first. If you don't hit that stun, unlikely to find some kills. And man, were they close to finding the Lycan. Have they seen him yet? Let's look at that Radiant Vision. No, they won't find any kills here. It does give them the information that Vega will be going for the bottom rune. Vega, you look at their level 1 fight, pitiful. Chen, Invoker, slightly better now because you can go Cold Snap level 1. But overall, it's not the best level 1 fight. And that's where Vega were looking to take them head on if possible. When you've got heroes like Gyrocopter, Razor, Dazzle, Venge. This is the dream level 1 draft. Even Sticky Napalm from a Batrat is fantastic. And can they actually get both runes? They could scare Vega off this bottom rune. You look at these 3 heroes, they are not that strong here. Vega's still going for it. They say, hold your ground, let's take it. We see some heroes top. And Venge, Bat decide not to go for it. They could have, not so much that they could have taken the fight, but they could have contested it when you look at what Chen and Centaur bring to the table. By the way, this new ward spot. Interesting. This is a dire ward and a half. I've not seen much of that. Maybe I've been watching the wrong games here in 6.86, but that is a dire ward if I've ever seen one. Not sure if it's a crazy good ward or what, but they will scout the lanes. Mid lane, meanwhile, no one. Woo! Gotta remember, I gotta catch the action here. I can't just go talking about wards. I love watching wards. That's one of, to me, as a Dota nerd, some of the more fun things to watch in games. But they will be giving Batrat a 1v1 against Centaur. So definitely a Batrider favored matchup, and Centaur will be probably looking for that Magic Sick pickup as early as possible against the Napalm spam. But once you get those Napalm stacks up, the lane does get difficult. The Chen rotations gonna have to be on point this game. We'll have to see what Solo looks to do, where he looks to go. Can he contest his top tri lane? Probably not so well. It's a Lycan Shadow Shaman against a Gyrocopter tri lane, so maybe he sends his creep to harass, but we'll see what the plan's going to be here. Solo is headed this way for now. He's just going to look to pull the what lane back, deny some experience, I imagine. And some of these other lanes, Batrider doing just fine against the Centaur 1v1 for now. I believe this will be the Magic Sick pickup. There we go. So Magic Sick picked up. Meanwhile, mid lane, Razor and Invoker duking out. Invoker's losing a lot of damage. Throws the Sunstrike. Will be off the mark for it. Scandal. He's going to turn and fight with a salve, and this spells trouble for the Invoker. Luckily, there's no boots on Razor. Slight movement speed advantage going his way, but not enough to justify chasing down for the kill. I was about to say, we're on like the other team players' cliff. Razor's on the Invoker's cliff. Invoker was on the Razor's cliff. Here we go. Sun at top lane. Black coming out from Artez with a Rocket Barrage, goes charging in, gets shackled up. PSM should be able to get the first blood. Yep, it goes the way of the Dazzle. Now Artez looking for a second, gets graved up. Has a Rocket Barrage still. Solo going for this kill, perhaps too early on that. The salve is there with a Shadow Wave. He's going to use the salve, gets cancelled, but 2 kills. go YeS's way, and that's just a fight you can't take, Vega. Not against the Gyrocopter Dazzle, and that was maybe not the best used grave, but didn't even matter for YeS. Even with the salve cancel onto the Gyrocopter as well. Does mean Gyro will be somewhat starved for regen in this lane, but not the exchange I imagine that Vega were looking for. Where did Chen's creep go? He's going to grab a new one, so it looks like maybe his Satyr X got taken out in that clash. He was trying to rely on like the triple Shockwave or something, the Hadoukens, to win that 3v3 matchup there, but you'll see PSM grab a regen room, refill up his mana, and Raze, has he gone bottle or boots? He's gone bottle, okay. Ooh. So Batrider early on, using up all his mana here, which does lose him a lot of control over this lane. Mostly just doesn't win the lane as hard without them. Okay, there we go. He'll pick up a bottle. Something curious to see not done so much. I'm not sure if players just aren't used to it. Oop, stun coming top lane with a Rocket Barrage. Pasha gonna go down here. Another kill going the way of Artez. This Gyrocopter tri-lane, well, doing what you'd expect out of a Gyrocopter tri-lane. Just crushing the lane. Lane again, we see Scandal duking it out with the Invoker. No one gonna turn and fight. Holds his ground in. Will be an Exod Invoker. Top lane now, another fight. Artez getting ganked by a double Centaur. He'll survive it though. Oh boy, that's a Shadow Wave. Is there a stun? It's no mana for it. 1 or 2 right clicks could be enough, but they won't be able to get the catch. Action all over the place. Gotta watch out for those Sunstrikes though. He's got them too. No one's going to throw it in mid lane. Scandal dodges it, but he could just get the right click. He doesn't... Oh, he backed off for a second. I think he had it, and Scandal wants to go for a Plasma Field here. He could chase this one down. Does he swing back in? No, he wants the rune. He wants to refill the bottle. Has boots coming out now, or at least once the courier's available. Meanwhile, Batrider will not secure himself the rune. Something I was trying to talk about earlier is you can buy bottle from the side shop now. You don't get the full 3 bottle charges, which is probably why Nicorel... Oh, wow. He just got invis. Was that invis? No, that was...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh yeah, invis. There we go. What am I talking about? I'm pretty sure it was invis. I was like, how else does it get stun off? And I was like, what? It was half watching it in front of me. I'm sure you guys at home are like, come on, GoDz, watch your screen. But I was obviously monitoring a few things there. But an invis kill coming out from Centaur, so that gives him a bit of an edge. But yeah, you can buy the bottle from the side shop. You only get 1 out of 3 charges, but when you're in the side lane, if you're like in a 1v1, you just go for that bottom rune. Like, tell your Razor, you get top rune, I'll go for bottom. If Razor has an edge of the lane, he should be able to, maybe with the help of like some of the supports, secure top rune, and that's maybe a better way to not tie up the courier. Razor's boots took a bit longer to come out because the courier was in use. PSM now, looking to get some wards down here. Here we go. I believe that would have been scouted. Yeah, that Dire Ward kind of shows exactly where he warded. Solo looking to set up towards this mid lane, but it's Gory at scouting it out. Whoa! Runs into, well, a Golem toss, but there's no Ursa Hellbear smash to follow it up, and now Solo, the one in trouble. Sunstrike, going to be off the mark, but Solo going to go down regardless. Scandal swooping in, won't be able to get too much out of this one. And Artez, despite winning his lane, is not farming particularly well. 17 CS. This is sometimes the problem with these aggro tri-lanes. Okay, I forgot about the double Mud Golem. The stuns from Mud Golems is surprisingly pitiful, but the damage, it hurts. Like, you get the triple stun in a row. It's less about the stun and more about the fact you just did, like, it's like 125 damage, I think, the boulder. Or 100, I can't remember I think it's 125, and then there's magic resistance, but it does a whole lot of damage if you're not ready for it, so always something you have to be somewhat wary of. Oh, another quick pause coming out. But yeah, Artez, we run these aggro tri-lanes, you may be getting kills, but often because you're fighting so much and taking damage and you have to go back to base to heal up, you're not getting the farm you'd ideally want on a hero like Gyrocopter, but does mean they're doing the same to the Vega carry, but Vega Lycan is pretty much similar CS to what we're seeing on the Gyrocopter. 16 CS to the 20 on the Gyrocopter. This bottom lane is where things had gone very well for the Yellow Submarines, but a bit of a change once that kill happens. So Centaur getting a kill over the Batrider meant this matchup is actually a lot more even, and possibly looking at a second kill coming the way of the Batrider with the Shadow Shaman rotation. A Stampede available as well. We'll see what rune Centaur's going to get. It doesn't really matter what rune per se. And the scary thing for Batrider is he's unlikely to kind of see this gank coming his way. Maybe the pause will give him a kind of a moment to take check, like, where are these supports? Is there a chance I'm being ganked here? When Centaur's level 6, the Stampede available, like, pretty much you're guaranteed to be able to get a good shackles off because of the movement speed that you get out of the centaur. Not to mention you even can lead off with a hoof stomp because of the stampede. So if they haven't seen heroes on the map for a while, which I don't believe they will, he will be able to scout out this rune with the ward. Does this actually I don't know if he'll be able to scout the rune with this ward. This ward is awfully far to the left. He may actually not see the rune at all. So he may not even know what the centaur gets. Maybe a slight oversight with this ward placement. So we'll see what comes their way. So right now, Bat Rider, Boots Bottle, 800 gold. Always got to keep an eye on his Blink Dagger timing. Some key levels. Center at the top level now with the solo kill over that bottom lane Bat Rider. And as far as the mid lane goes, it's been a fairly even matchup. Razor with a slight CS lead, and we will see. I'm curious to see if this ward scouts out the rune. Okay, it does. He can scout out the rune and see it goes missing. One Centaur illusion, he may be... If he didn't see that was an illusion rune, he may get juked by this one. Now they're going to catch him. Stampede to lead the way. There's going to be a Hoof Stomp double edge and a Sunstrike. Goodbye, Nicorel. Probably didn't even need the double edge, but better safe than sorry. And they get another kill going their way. Range now lurking near this mid lane. He's been scattered by a dire ward, so if anything, it's Vega trying to use this as bait. They're hoping he kind of swoops a bit forward. They're going in with the ensnare. They're going to Alacrity out. Cold Snap available as well, and Vengeful Spirit survives? Question mark? Magic Wand Dota, okay. Vega, you got to secure the kill. Take into account the magic wands. You know, that's something I've just seen happen so many times. Like, you eyeball and you're like, okay, these 2 right clicks will be enough damage, and then you just completely forget and don't take into account something like a magic wand there. They definitely could have chased and got 1 more right click off. There was no real danger as well. Razor was souping him with a plasma field, but Venge wasn't getting off the stun. Invoker could have gotten another attack off. Similarly, even I think the Chen could have. So, just a slight misplay coming out there from Vega. Just a Venge kill, but... Considering the Invoker not farming great in his lane, it would have made a nice little difference here. Lycan, uh-oh, his TP's not on him. He's got the Wolves. Oh, PSM! He misses the... I think that was PSM trying to block him in with the Tango. He's trying to Bob Ross him into the... and trap him in, but I guess that's no longer possible. I think they patched out the fact you could Tango, like, tree block this, so maybe the pathing of Ironwood branch trees isn't quite what it used to be. That was absolutely hilarious. If that had worked, that would have been that would have made my Christmas. That was the Christmas present we were all hoping for. But apparently we're not going to get it. That's a bit too sad. Unfortunate. Sioma finds himself or his team a regen rune. You're on mid lane. Invoker's probably saying, hold that one for me, buddy. Leave it there. Centaur, Blink Dagger is up, buys a smoke with it. This is where he gets active before the Bat Rider can. Bat Rider's still 600 gold short of his, and it looks like Shadow Shaman and Bat may be, and Centaur may be teaming up, looking for the Bat. Centaur gonna find a Venge, doesn't get the stun off. He gets stunned first. Stampede forward, gets lassoed during this. Will he even be able to get off a Hoof Stomp? He's looking for it, gonna go for the TP out. Gyrocopter rotation, and they forced 4 heroes, make it even really 5 to rotate. I think Sioma made a really good call there just to say, you're on your own, buddy, get the hell out of there. And Centaur, his Blink Dagger revealed, but like I feel like that's a decent Blink reveal coming out from a Centaur. Okay, yeah, you don't get a kill, which is normally the goal with that first Blink Dagger, but you bring 5 heroes your way, free up the top lane for Lycan, and then you can just immediately go into smoke after that. So yes, that Yellow Submarines know about the Blink Dagger, but they've got to be so wary of it that pretty much they have to group up. We're going to see them do just that, but it's mid lane, the kill coming towards the Razor, perhaps Blink, Hoof Stomp, Scandal wasn't ready for it, and the TP rotations I think going to be too slow for this one, or will it? The stun there from the Magic Missile, Vengeful Spirit, that's the Chen with the Ensnare Chain, helping secure the kill, no counterplay except on a poor Wild Wing. Not the Dark Troll, he's going to look for the, okay, he's going to look for the kind of pseudo body blocks, but he may just feed away his other Dark Troll instead. Not me. He's going to die for his buddy. What a good Dark Troll summoner. Well, here we go. 10-minute rune coming up. It's going to be a kill bottom lane from Shadow Shaman. That's a solo kill with Serpent Ward. Sioma, please. making the plays happen as YOLO Baggins will get an Arcane Rune. Pretty nice rune for a Centaur, considering he does sometimes run into mana issues. Not to mention now down to a 9-second cooldown on Hoofstomp. We'll see. YeS at top, just about finishing off his drums. Looking for that early fighting build, but here comes trouble his way. Lycan going to pop the ultimate. Get ready for this one. Stampede, Blink, Hoofstomp, the TP comes, but it's going to be too bloody late. Centaur secures the kill, maybe even looking for a second one. Dazzle's like, yeah, let me think twice about that one. He would have just TP'd in and instantly been mincemeat for the Lycan. So we'll see. Bottom, well, top lane being defended as Scandal rotates up. No shapeshift, so Lycan will need to be careful. Interesting to see the Tranquil Boots on the Lycans. I think you could typically, I guess, turn into the Vlad's using the Ring of Protection, but it looks like he wants to hold on to it since he's got the Bassi Ring under the Ring of Protection. Just wanting that extra bit of sustain as we will see a TP, smoke now coming out from the YeS boys. They're going to look to invade the jungle. It started off really well. They got the first many kills of this game, but since then it's been Vega all around the Centaur, making the plays happen, turning things around, and they're now going to swing themselves towards the top lane. This is just a Chen though. I feel like it's not the biggest of kills in solo. Can he get the TP out? He's going to... not going to. He tried to go for a TP and then pull his creeps as well back to base. Not going to find the play. Hits the Centaur stun, but I imagine this poor Centaur Conqueror is going to be conquering death today. He will be taken out of the picture. Somewhat successful smoke rotation, but it's just a Chen. Doesn't feel like the most worthwhile. I guess, ooh, wow, they were really thinking that Vega were going for Roche there. With Lycan off the map, but Lycan with a Vlad's was just farming in the neutrals, and Shadow Shaman Serpent Wards. Looking at Invoker as well. This is a very good Roche line. Now we've got the double Forge Spirits. This is, we talked about the push coming around 10 to 20 minutes. It's going to happen soon. Everyone's kind of got their key items and levels right now. You've got the Serpent Wards, you've got the Forge Spirits, and you've got the Vlads on Lycan. And for YeS, they say, screw it, we can't defend this. There's too many summons, too much to clear out. Let's go for a counterplay of our own, and they're going to go for a tier 1 bottom tower. What a hero's near mid. Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider. He swoops on in, but Centaur's there with the Stampede. He turns it around. Invoker going to go down here to the Gyrocopter, who does get graved up, but I think YeS may not be so lucky. Once that grave wears off, he should go down. YOLO Baggins has a blink in a couple of seconds. Does he go for it? A regen picked up by YeS, though. He's going to turn and fight. Centaur misses the blink stun. He actually blinks backwards, and now PSM could be the new target. Is there an Ether Shock? Doesn't look like it. Test of Fate. Nope. Vega losing heroes left, right, and center. They do end up taking down the Dazzle. Centaur chasing more with a Lycan rotation. Whoa! Mag misses another Blink Hoofstomp, 2 in a row, but I say he's missed a few. He's hit a lot more than he's missed this game. He's been instrumental for Vega's mid-game, and a couple slight misguesses on where YeS is going to be in some of these fights does not take away from some of his great plays he's made this game. Basha with a nice rotation as well, making sure that they had the reinforcements they needed, especially with the Gyrocopter fighting a regen rune. That looked like it could get hairy for a while. Nicoril, that Blink Dagger, not a bad initiation, but the problem was the Centaur Stampede. I think he actually got hit by the Stampede slow on the Invoker. Like, the Centaur blinked in, but he'd already been slowed up. He really needs a 4-stuff this game. Like, this is... He needs to... Because when that Stampede happens, if he's hit by a Stampede, because the way it works is if you get hit by a Stampeded hero, you get slowed. And if Bat Rider, with the lasso, is in melee range to heroes, he's getting instantly hit by the Stampede slow, even if the Centaur's not there. So, getting a 4-stuff to at least negate the slow so you can pull the hero away regardless of getting slowed is going to be crucial for him. Nicoril sees Solo. He's going to go for it. Whoa, Solo, give him the right click. That's going to be the last thing he does, it looks like, before he goes down, as he does get chased down by YeS. The push is coming from Vega in the bottom lane. It looks like they have no interest in fighting. And I talked about Vega going for a push. YeS saying, well, we've got a much stronger team fight. We've got Razor, Gyrocopter, Bat. Let's just go head on and push before they come at us. They don't want to drop spells like Serpent Wards defensively. And that's just where YeS are taking a really good approach to this game. It looks like they're going to be trading towers as a result, but we'll see if that's even going to be the truth here. Venge, TP's down bottom, Serpent Wards have been deployed, and Tier 2 for Tier 2, possibly going to be the trade. Invoker in the mid lane. Need to be careful at bottom because they do know the Invoker's not here pushing and multiple TPs coming in. Ash are going to get off the Shapeshift. Needs to be careful not to get chained but it's a long TP from Gyrocopter. In fact, he's going to turn and fight. Needs to be careful not to overcommit. There is a Grave available. Gets used in Artez, perhaps preemptively, as Lycan and Shadow Shaman still fighting the way through this. They're going to get the swap back to defense. Artez, though, still needs to be careful here. Lycan runs out of the cooldown range. Ray's not with enough damage, and he is going to lose the Shapeshift. Oh, Sunstrike! Artez gets sniped, and the TP out will not be successful, but a great Invoker Sunstrike secures an additional kill for Vega. As the push is successful. They are trading towers, though, so Yellow Submarines by no means out of this game just yet. Making sure they make some counterplay to the push coming their way, but a costly kill on this Gyro, who desperately needs farm right now. You look at the 3 cores on the Vega side, and despite the Gyrocopter lane doing ridiculously well against the Lycan, he's just not going to cut it. Oh, Mag, has he got the damage with a Sunstrike? You betcha! Oh, this duo, this Centaur plus Invoker has just been all over the place. It's great to see the Exort Invoker come back into play. This is the traditional way of playing the Invoker. You go back to past, I guess, maybe TI2 was when Quaswex was still popular, but post TI2, like TI3 era, it was the Exort Invoker with heroes like Centaur, Shadow Demon, anything with a setup for a Sunstrike. That was typically the way you played the Invoker, like TI3, TI4. You'd even play it in the safe lane sometimes to go for the double Forge Spirits push. You go for this Necrobook. They've got 1 Necrobook. I was about to say, yeah, they're going to get 2 Necrobooks. Lycan as well has a Necro 1 at his disposal. And you got to imagine Roche is likely to happen soon. And Yellow Submarines have got to prepare anything and everything for the hold. I believe Scandal, probably just a BKB rush to help with the team fight. SMY is decent, but I think he needs a BKB to be able to fight. Stuff like Necrobooks are just going to be so bothersome for him, and then he can just kind of pop the ultimate, throw the plasma field, even kill the Necrobooks in the BKB form without taking damage. Well, they're expecting a Roche fight, they're not going to get it. The second smoke somewhat backfiring. I say that, they haven't lost this smoke just yet. They're going to get the catch on the Invoker with a cooldown, but the Blink Stun is there. Stampede's still available. Invoker can just run himself away. Meme on the sideline, just going okay for Vega here. Sioma helps get 1 kill. Can he get out of this? The send back from the Chen, not there it looks like, but they've got 2. For nothing. Shockwave from the high ground. Nicorel getting beaten down by the Black Dragons. It actually goes the way of the Centaur somehow. And Vega clean up. They get 4 kills. They won't find the Razor, but with that, they get Roshan. And a huge teamfight victory for them. They were just ready for it. They were grouped up as 5, knowing the Submarines were going to come towards the Roshan pit. And in position to counter-initiate was Mag. A great play coming out from the Centaur. With Urn Charges, everyone healed back up. They grab the Aegis, they're ready to, well, I say ready to push. Necrobook's on cooldown, Serpent Ward's on cooldown. They may wait a little bit. The Chen Mech being the key item as well. So Chen Mech, Necro cooldowns. They've got a Necro 3 and almost a Necro 2. This could just be Rax right here, right now. It's Christmas Eve. Vega, you know, the Vega Twitter guy was questioning me like, hey, how do you feel to be casting Christmas Eve? Well, it looks like we could be in for a fast game 1, so this may not even go for too long here. Of course, it is a best of 3, so it's not all over for YeS should they lose this game, but they are going to be truly tested on the defense very soon. There's the Necro 2 coming out. Chen says, screw mech. Actually, no, he's already got the mech. He picks up the point booster, the mech on the courier. What to say, what's he doing with the point booster? But he's going to be looking to grab an Ancient Creep fairly early on. And that's another really... If you can get a fast action on Chen, defending high ground gets very, very difficult. Razor now, just a couple hundred away from that BKB. As for Gyro, he's got Yasha. He's going to be going for the SMY himself. Again, another hero. I feel this game, he's already committed to the SMY, but after getting the Yasha, I would have almost liked to have seen him gone back for like a BKB with the Yasha, just because of how much he's going to want to have the BKB. If he wants to run in and fight, yeah, there's a ton of physical damage. It's like an Invoker, but he's going to get shackled and locked in place without a BKB, and it's like BKB gives you the same amount of survivability as an SMY and allows you to go in, call down flat, kill the Necrobooks, kill the summons, and not worry about taking damage off of them, or also just getting locked down by a Centaur, Shadow Shaman, and killed. There's going to be physical damage, so we can't just run in blindly with a BKB, but maybe slight preference toward it because of how eminent the push is. And Vega say, easy tier 2 tower, next on the menu is your tier 3, your racks, your tier 4s. Here we go, high ground push commence. Serpent Ward's at the ready. Sioma going to drop them, just level 1, but good luck defending this. I don't even know how you fight into this one. You want to try and chip away at the Serpent Wards, perhaps. Razor starts doing that. That Rider, well, he's just going to drop the Firefly. Down goes the tower. Necro books Serpent Wards in range of the racks now as well, and Necro just has very little options here. They throw the cooldown out. Solo's still got the Hand of God if he wants to use the heal, but they catch a Pasha to the side here. Can they bring him down? He's got the Aegis, though. Perhaps not a target that's even going to amount to much should they kill him once. It does mean the Shapeshift will be on cooldown. Gets stunned up. Now the 4-star back, and well, they take a melee racks here. The range racks not really a prize they care about, and now all they have to do is, well, wait for the Necro cooldown, wait for the Serpent Ward cooldown, and then rinse and repeat. Pause comes out from the Invoker. He's got a 4-star now of his own. Great game for a 4-star. Positioning against the Razor Static Link, against the Lasso, very important. Even getting yourself out of a cooldown. And this was the strat for a long while. Like when teams were running, like IG used to run the safe lane Invoker a lot and just cheese their way with these push strats. I say cheese, like this is a legitimate strat. By no means are they like doing something like illegitimate or whatever it may be, but this is going to be very difficult to fight into. So Vega in a great position here to take game number 1. I don't think it's going to even last beyond this Aegis. This is probably going to be the game deciding Aegis. Double Necro 3. Very likely you just get another melee racks with this. If you're YeS, what you've got to do, you're going to be saying, if they get to here, drop Serpent Wards, summon everything, we lose our racks. So you've got to jump on them, prevent them getting to basically this position here with Serpent Wards drop. So they want to be trying to time a smoke to catch Vega around this area here. So if they can like swoop in from behind, come down here, come down from behind, they want to be basically flanking Vega and killing the Shadow Shaman to start things off. So try and catch Vega. Vega around like this area here with a flank. Even coming in down this way is okay. That's probably a lot easier to coordinate because you're still near your base. If you want to come in this way, I guess this new pathway could actually prove pretty nice if you want to try and swoop in to catch him from behind. I say that also bottom lane, they may be coming top. So if they're coming top, you need to catch them like around this area here, because once they get to your tier 3 towers, drop Serpent Wards, some of the Necro books, your Rax is gone. You've got to catch them before then. You've got to use the Bat Rider and get the catch. Ideally, I mean, Shadow Shaman isn't even, I think, the ideal target. Possibly the Invoker is the dream catch. The Shadow Shaman, yes, Serpent Wards are a big problem. He's now going to have a little 2 Serpent Wards, but I think Invoker with Necro through Forward Spirits may be the best catch you can get. But I think you settle for the Shadow Shaman. Doesn't matter who it is, you just got to catch someone. Mag's play, though, has been on point to counter-initiate, though, and that's where you've got to be very fast with the Lasso 4-staff, not give them a chance to break through. And here comes the push top lane. You've got to get here quick if you want to kind of execute this game plan. I like this ward. Preparation for the kind of the jump, but right now everyone's seeing in this bottom lane. They've got to rotate up top ASAP. And it just doesn't seem to be coming just yet. There is a smoke available, but okay, they're not doing it. They're just letting everything get summoned. Oh boy. Now they're going to have to fight into Serpent Wards, Necro 3s and all. They drop down a weave, but this is too late. You're going to lose a Rax here. There's nothing you can do about this, and YeS kind of just submit to their fate. They're going to go in. They get the Lasso on Centaur, knowing that he is the stampeding target. Deafening Blast is there. Can he get up the Stampede? Doesn't look like it. Nice BKB play. Centaur could buy back for a Stampede, but they're just going to take the Rax. Swap back into the Invoker. He gets a 4-staff to the low ground. Can he... go swap. Does do so. Sent back from the Chen. He's going to be saved. Nice play from Solo. He should be able to get himself out of here. Solo on the run now. Trying to maybe use the new path. Get taken out by a Razor Plasma Field. And YeS say, well, we got all these items that give us a stronger team fight, but good team fight doesn't mean you save your Rax. And, well, another lane of Rax goes down. Unfortunately, well, you're not looking good if you're YeS. You're winning... I don't even want to say they're winning the fights, because Vega is just right-clicking the Rax while that's going on. They will time out the Aegis now. We'll have to see if Vega even wait for that next Aegis to go for the game-ending push. They are just so strong right now. They've had such a big gold ingest as well because of the Lades of Rax. 20k gold lead. They're probably just going to win a head-up fight now because of the sheer item advantage, even with YeS having the kind of more team fighting style of draft and heroes. Like Razor with a BKB now has some decent items as follow-up with a Plate Mail, Plate of Alacrity. I'm guessing this is just going to be like a Yasha pickup. Gyro, he's got 2k gold, probably towards a BKB of his own. What's the plan going to be here? YOLO Baggins. Could be getting caught out here at the top lane if he's not careful. 2 heroes nearby and more swooping in soon. And it really looked like YeS were going to get the jump. They put down this ward so they could have vision around here. And if they jump them further away from the base, it just goes so much better. But by the time they jumped, Serpent Wards and Necrobooks were already on the high ground. The tier 3 tower was dead by the time Batrider jumped in for a lasso, and it was just too late at that point. Now, Centaur Ags. He gets some extra stats, but really nicely gets that Stampede. I want to see some, like, Stampede over cliffs. Like, you get, like, Stampede up here, just to go for that last lane of racks or something cheeky like that. Since it does give you the ability to run through obstructions like trees and cliffs. Very fun mechanic. And Chen now, Aghanim Scepter, will be seeing some ancient creeps picked up. Or I say creeps, just one for now. He's still just got the level 1 ultimate. The Death Ball is real. Take us back to TI4 Grand Finals. Perhaps this game lasting a bit longer than some of those games, but very much the same kind of strategy. And I think Yellow Submarines recognizing what's coming their way. Another push towards this bottom lane. Now looking to smoke out and catch, but Vega playing this fairly cautiously, waiting for everyone to be up. Possibly could even wait for another Roshan if they wanted to, but uh-oh, Centaur. Okay, there we go. With a gem, they do scout out Mag. He's got the Stampede, though, and that's going to block most of this damage. Full staff away. Do they re-engage? You betcha. They drop the Serpent Wards, but they don't get the Shackles right away. Can he get the Stretch? Armstrong, drums, movement speed. Everybody get the hell out of here. And with Serpent Wards down, Vega say, let's still push. We've got Necrobooks. We've got Forge Spirits. We've also got Chen Ancient Creep, and here we go. They pop the Howl. Necrobooks, Forge Spirits, swap back in onto the Invoker. He's got the 4-staff, needs to get to the low ground, does do so, and will be kept alive. Buyback coming out from the bench, trying to just hold on to this game here. Centaur going to 4-staff out as well. These 4-staffs for Vega proven to be too much to deal with. Meanwhile, Shadow Shaman snipes a kill, will pay for it with his life, but the 1-for-1 trade, I guess acceptable. He does not manage to walk away with the gem. At least I don't think so. Where did that gem go? Gotcha! Gem on the Dazzle. They get a tier 3 tower, they get 2 kills, and they just lose a Shadow Shaman. So even when YeS, the kind of pseudo-holding, it's just not really, it doesn't amount to much. Radiant also lost their range barracks, so theoretically that also cleared out their mid-range racks, which makes a bit of a difference. It means when you get this bottom lane of racks, it is Mega Creeps, it is the killing blow. As all that's left for Vega is possibly one last Aegis, and then one last game-ending push. We'll see if they even wait for it. With it respawning soon, I imagine, let's play it safe, let's just go for it. They've got the BKBs on their course. They could probably push without the Aegis, but better safe than sorry. Looks like an AC coming. Oh no, Shiva's Guard coming out for the Invoker. Would have been a nice game for a BKB, I think, but Shiva's as well just going to negate a big chunk of the YeS damage output this game. As up, scouted out. That Forward Spirit doing what it needs to do, and Invoker just, yeah, let's say, needs to get the hell out of there, so he'll back off and actually heal up at base, mostly for the mana that he is lacking right now, and we'll see a Shiva's Guard completed for him as Roshan is respawning and is something that Vega will want to go for. Once they see heroes on the map, which they will do so soon, they see 2-3 at bottom. If they feel they can clear out Roshan fast enough, they may just go for it. But they do recognize that Yellow Submarines pushing out this bottom lane are very close to the Roche Pit, but Radiant Vision non-existent there. Yellow Submarines perhaps just saying, we got to go now, poking their noses towards that area. But, oh, Lycan Wolf scouts out the smoke. They know exactly what's coming, but are they going to finish off Roshan? They can kill it pretty fast here. The Chen creeps on the outside. They say they want to fight this one. They're acknowledging what's coming their way. Solo when the Chen gets caught out. He's still going to have the heals if they don't kill him during this one. They pop the Hand of God. He's stuck on a cliff here, but he can still mech from the high ground, and he'll do just that. Vega have already killed the Gyrocopter here. Lycan on the sides looking to chase down Scandal. Should be able to get the kill. TP's out. Nicoril. Oh, no escape for you. Gets caught, drops the gem, and with that, Scandal's still alive. Sunstrike. Whoop. Dodges it, but it's GG. Artez recognize it. Taps out. Scandal at least can walk away knowing that he did not get swagged upon by the Invoker one last time, but it's all over. Game 1 goes Vega's way. It was probably over a bit longer ago. Yellow Submarines, I feel like they did before they lost any lanes of racks, they did a really good job trading towers. Like when they took the 2 mid towers, it was really good for them, but once the Aegis push came for the high ground, they did not take initiative. They needed to be jumping outside of their base, not letting Vega get in position at the tier 3 towers. Normally the general rule is you stay on your high ground and wait for the opponents to come to you. Against this kind of a draft, Shadow Shaman, Invoker, like the Necrobook Zoo strategy, you can't wait on your high ground. You've got to go to them and get the jump before they get to your base. So it's one of those play styles or strategies that teams maybe aren't as used to versing or haven't versed in a while, because 9 times out of 10 against a push draft or against a team with Aegis, you wait on high ground and use your high ground advantage. You just can't do that. You lose the game if you do that against Necrobooks and against Serpent Wards and Forge Spirits. But a well-executed draft from Vega, and they take game number 1, guys. It is a best of 3, though. We'll see what happens in game number 2 if the submarines can bounce back or if they're going to be getting bombed down to the depths of the ocean here. Vega, up 1-0. Game 2 coming up after this.